The numbers are right. Everything reconcile. Nothing is missing. There's more data than ever, and less room to think. So, what do we actually do next? That's the moment you realize the math was almost helpful.
Hey, it's Cash Flow Mike, and welcome back to the Clear Path to Cash podcast. And this week I want to talk about clean books, but it's the feeling you get when you know they're clean, but something still doesn't add up, right? So let me give you a scenario that I see every week, and it's the books are clean, the return is ready, the reports look professional, and yet something still feels off, right? If you've ever had that feeling, you're not imagining it. You know, this is one of the biggest traps during the busy season because we're moving so fast that we tend to assume that clean books equal a healthy business. Well, but those two things aren't the same. In fact, some of the most financially stressed companies I've worked with have beautifully prepared financials, even got CPA on the signature line, right? Or even footnotes, things like that. Everything's reconciled. It's tied out. You know, everything is technically correct. And still, trouble was brewing under the surface. Here's why. Traditional compliance work answers: were transactions recorded correctly? Are the statements accurate? Is the return ready to file? All those things are important, but advisory work is going to ask you a couple different sets of questions. It's going to ask you things like, hey, is cash keeping up with profit? Is debt growing faster than equity? Are the margins being shrunk just a little bit, right? Even the slightest bit has a pressure on cash. And is the business financing long-term assets with short-term money, mismatch financing? These are all diagnostic questions, and they often get missed in March because everybody's moving so fast trying to meet a deadline. So here's a quick example. Something just happened. You know, one of my favorites is this. The profit looked fine and cash felt tight. You hear it all the time. Hey, listen, I'm making money. How come I don't have any? Well, if you've been in this profession for more than 5 minutes, then you've seen this movie. You know, somebody's going to come to you and say, Mike, we made money, but why is the bank account empty? Again, it's not a bookkeeping problem. For you, it's a diagnostic problem. And without a structured way to analyze the financial statements, that signal is going to be an easy one to miss over the next month and a half. So this is exactly why we teach the financial doctor approach inside the Clear Path to Cash. It's because advisors don't need more reports. What they need is faster clarity. Where are these pressure points? And when you use the home run financial system or even mining your business for hidden cash, you can quickly pressure test a company. It's going to be looking for things profitability wise or leverage wise, or which is debt, by the way, and cash conversion, you know, which is access to cash, and how your financing structure, you know, is set up. And there's a basic way that you have to set the foundation for financing. The one thing that you will not be doing, though, is not guessing. When you use these tools, you're not guessing, you're starting to diagnose. So as you're finishing up your returns over the next couple of weeks, I want you to watch for this moment. It's the moment when numbers are looking fine, but your advisor instincts say, hey, something doesn't add up here. Don't ignore that signal, because that's often where the real advisory opportunity is going to live. So if you want to see how we surface these issues quickly, I want you to check out this interactive demo below, right? It's going to walk you through step-by-step through the Clear Path to Cash advisor workflow, right? The thing I've built into the app, the fix framework, find the burning issue, identify what's causing it to burn, and execute at the place to put the fire out. And if you're thinking about building this into your process after the tax season, we're going to be doing exactly that at a live app boot camp in May. So, and believe it or not, we got the link to the demo and link to the app below, the live boot camp below. So until then, I want you to keep your eyes open, because clean books don't always tell you the whole story. And if you've ever felt like that, like everything looked right, but something was a little off, well, we know that moment. We know that feeling. In Clear Path to Cash, it was built for that moment.
The numbers are right. Everything reconcile. Nothing is missing. There's more data than ever, and less room to think. So what do we actually do next? That's the moment you realize the math was almost helpful.